In this footage, a man is releasing an octopus that got stuck in the sand during low tide. It has already recovered, and it looks like it's ready to swim away. But look what happens. It thanks the human with an emphatic touch before moving off. How is that possible? The thing is, octopi are the most intelligent species among invertebrates. They have a good memory, can recognize geometrical shapes, and are susceptible to training. They can also recognize people and solve non-standard problems.
Faced with ecological, energetic, and economic threats, we must act with consideration for other species, future generations, and the environment. A simple and effective step we can all take is to stop consuming animal products. Industrial farming is a disaster, not only for the environment or for health, but also for its role in increasing poverty throughout the world. The Venerable Matthew Richard, vegan.
With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace. Etc.
And there's also another place I like in America, one of the mountains in San Jose, California. And that mountain is the only one that still has trees, plants, and white flowers, that bloom so beautiful in spring. I really love that very much. I could walk, around all day long to look at the flowers, the trees, and the lake. I was very happy there. These couple of places, I love to stay there forever because nobody's around, only you and the mountain and the bird people and the trees and some small source of water.
Please keep watching to find out more.
Be veg, go green. Keep home earth clean. Survival instinct.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message entitled The King of War's Revelation about War and Peace, Part 2 of 7 on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on June 10th, 2024.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world. The needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with sharing. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is the beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, go on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe.
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia.
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia.
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves the Supreme Master.
Africa.
I will show you how to get direct teaching.
And South America.
And keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
As well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Goosey Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet. And it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
Warning: sensitive images.
The other day, I talked to you about the 1 meal per day. I never intended to tell you, but then it slipped out of my mouth. I didn't want the consequences of it, the multiplied karma of it. Also, I did not want for some people to copy it. But later, heaven told me that it's supposed to be revealed. Even though I was sighing, in relief, I still did not like for that part to be in the public like that. But then I know why it should be like that. So that there's another reason I could tell you not to be in the extreme and take care of your body, take care of your health, etc. Because God doesn't want people to restrict themselves too much with some kind of frenzied discipline, which is not all that necessary. So later, I also remembered the Buddha allowed the monks and nuns to even have, nutritious juice of vegetables and fruit in the afternoon, after noontime, which is usually described as the only 1 meal a day time. Yeah. And then I remember so many yogis or practitioners practicing all kinds of punishment for the body. And I asked God if it's really helpful for them to be liberated. Because after all, they did all that for you, no? So God said no. God doesn't want people to hurt His temple. The body is a temple of God, and we should revere it. We should take good care of it, reasonably. I mean, not go to the extreme, of course, unless sometimes necessary. Like if you have to go on television, like Supreme Master Television, for example, then you have to dress up accordingly and do some makeup and all that. It's all my idea. I want the people in the world to understand each other, to get to know other nations or other regions' costumes, yes, and traditions. The more they know, the better. So we do all kinds of shows to bring the citizens of the world together in some respectful, loving, understanding spirit, that we should live together in that way. Then we would have peace, harmony, and we will never have war. But that is not enough, of course, because according to the king of war, I asked him, then what to do to destroy this warlike energy, killing energy, to have peace on earth, for people to live on happily, luckily, in the way they should. Then he told me, the karma force is extremely overwhelming, and the killing karma can never be destroyed unless the world people, his words, I quote him, quote, unless the world people change their way of life and completely cut off from violence, from killing, then war will be destroyed. Peace will come and permanently prevail, unquote. Now, we have been working for decades. I was feeling kind of lonely, working almost alone. But nowadays, with the internet system, with the communication spreading out all over the planet, I feel that so many accompanying citizens of the world are really motivated toward peace and try their best to advocate that through the animal people-free diet, to the vegan regimen, the vegan way of life, yes, and many other similar or related ways. And I'm very happy and glad. It's just that the number is not yet enough to cover the violent karma of killing. We kill, oh my God, billions and billions of animal people yearly. How can we make up for that? How can we ever make up for that? Unless we all change to the benevolent way of life. Well, I guess even 5-year-old kids will understand what I'm saying. But the Maya magic is blinding everybody, deafening every ear, and dulling all this conscientious spirit within the heart of humans, mostly. Other animal people contribute less violent karma than us. You see, like, perhaps some animal people cannot be vegan, but humans, we have choice. We have lots of choices, and we can eat anything in the vegetable kingdom and have enough nutrition. That is the thing. We did not have to kill. We do not have to, and we will not have to kill. And we deliberately deny the benevolent way of life and choose to kill, to eat all this dripping blood, flesh, some even eating it raw. To eat animal people meat, when you remember it and think about it, you already feel very yucky. Not to talk about eating flesh that still has blood in it, or even alive. Oh my God. Oh, humans, some are so wicked. Oh, incredible. It's worse than some hell devils. Now, would you try to think of how to formulate it again? I wish I could write it down. It would be easier for me to just read it, but I can't write anymore, after editing a lot of shows on Supreme Master TV. I just don't feel like writing that much. I never really loved writing, only in school or when I was younger, writing poems, expressing my feeling at that present moment. Because it just came out, I just had to write it down. But poems are easier for me because they're short and also they come out easily. So it was almost like I wrote down what came into my mind quickly and simply. But the karma stuff and all the things that I have to explain to you are different. It has to be exact and it has to be truthful. It's not just my personal feeling, but it has to be real and true. So it's more difficult than writing poems or short essays in school. Yeah. So you see, like even in daily life, I don't write emails or anything. I don't have one anyway. I don't know how. Even if I knew how, I don't know if I like to write emails. Only if I have to write comments, corrections, or suggestions for the Supreme Master TV programs and contact some of my working team members. Otherwise, I just don't write anything except some short notes to remind me of things. And most important things, I mostly don't even note down. Like the conversation with the God of War, I forgot some of the words that he used. Well, it is of similar essence anyway. For example, the karma of violence or the energy of violence is similar, It denotes the same thing. And you will understand anyway what I try to convey to you. But otherwise, except for some idea or something I have to write and I didn't have time, or it was not the time to write to my team members, or I do not want to have any more radiation at the end of the day. I write it down by hand. Otherwise, I don't write to anybody, except when it's work for Supreme Master Television. And that's a lot of work for me already. Because if you wrote down some wrong letters, then you have to rewrite it again. And then you have to arrange it so that you write it at the same place or exact place. In such a small, maybe room of the script for the show. It costs a lot of time. I don't write with 10 fingers even. Yeah. With all that, I have enough work to do, and then I have to do inside work as well, you see? So I don't have the inspiration to write the long-winded articles or something anymore. I write only short sentences or short articles, like for slogans or vegan or peace. Yes. Or short news, for the team. Some suggestions for the team, some shows to do, some comments on some shows, or some additions to some shows, etc. And these are enough work for me to do, because I need to do more inside work than outside. But I can't forsake either of them. I really miss the Himalayas times and the Hauta times. Hauta is a mountain area in Taiwan where I used to go to do retreats, either alone or with a couple of residents, yes. And then sometimes I took the whole residence group at that time to come with me, and we pitched tents on the bank of the river. And we lived simple, very simple. Just cooked 2-3 big pots and we shared it, with some wild kinds of eatable vegetables at that time. And like maybe sweet potatoes, potatoes, some fruit that we either ate raw or we put in a small bonfire, to roasted apple, roasted orange, roasted corn, yeah, stuff like that. And we were very happy. And then I had to go out because of an already pre-arranged lecture or something, yes. So these two places I miss very much. I wish I could relive it any time. And there's also another place I like in America, one of the mountains, in San Jose, California. And that mountain is the only one that still has trees, plants, and white flowers, you know, that bloom so beautiful in spring. And now if you want to live up there, you have to have permission to build a house, yeah? And then you must make a road to go all the way from the foot of the mountain all the way up to the peak of that small mountain, not very big. But I could not, I didn't want to because I didn't want to cut trees to make a street. I looked all over around, many hills, so many mountains were already all empty. That was almost the only place that had plants and trees, and big trees, you know, so I had no heart to cut them down. I loved that place very much. Every night we just made a small little fireplace, you know, with 3 stones and collected the dry wood around it to make vegan meals. And we lived in second-hand, fourth-hand, fifth-hand trailer, yes. And there's a little water well, yeah, on that mountain. There is also a lake in the front, which is the water supply for that city. I really loved that very much. I could walk, you know, around all day long to look at the flowers and trees and the lake. I was very happy there. And then I had to leave because the lecture somewhere I was waiting, you know. I was always reluctant to leave, but then I thought, oh, maybe I could come back. But it never happened again that I could come back somehow and live there forever and be a base for myself like that. These couple places, I love to stay there forever because nobody's around, you know, only you and the mountain and the bird people and the trees and some small source of water, yes. And now it's completely different.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Vegan, 'cause this is our home.
Tomorrow on Between Master and Disciples.
And that is how you are kind to yourself. That's how you are planning a beautiful life for now and the future, and for all others around you, for all your children, grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren, for further generations from your clan, your family.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
Precious viewers, we thank you for your company for today's episode entitled The King of War's Revelation about War and Peace, Part 2 of 7 on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is selected mystical works of Lord Baha'u'llah, Vegetarian, Through the Seven Valleys, Part 2 of 2 on Words of Wisdom, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming.
Being vegan, having peace, doing good deeds, life is a feast.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.
Unsere Sendungen bieten viele Sprachen. Gehen Sie auf suprememastertv.com/schedule und suprememastertv.com/BMD.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK, and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.